I saw this. This was pretty funny. This is very recent. So you know Zara, the pretentious fast fashion monochrome brand that you've seen plaguing your local shopping center? They put out some promotional images that led to a bunch of outrage, and they had to pull some stuff. There's not that much to it. They had like armless statues and plaster casts that people said looked like the bodies in Gaza that were being wrapped up. Like, see, yeah, here. Don't tell me this is a coincidence, because you've got this androgynous person holding this, but then this, so it's like a reference or something. That's a stretch. Yeah, it's a stretch. There's not actually any connection here. But people are sensitive right now, so you know. Marketing over a hashtag genocide. New low. Our pain isn't for sale. New Balenciaga. This is dumber than the Balenciaga one. I do think the Balenciaga like bondage stuff on a teddy bear thing is like weird, but I'm not going to extrapolate that into global pedophile conspiracy. This is just like, I mean, it's Zara. I don't like them, you know, but I am beyond disgusted. Using genocide of the people in Palestine for your campaign. I will never ever buy anything from Zara ever again. This is cruel, heartless, and evil, mocking more than 20,000 deaths of Palestinian. Ugh. Nearly 1 million views. Anyway, the Zara has pulled down the promotional images, so like it obviously didn't mean anything. They did the shoot, and then people were like, oh yeah, it's because the bodies are white. One of Zara's people did say some bad stuff about Palestine, though. I don't know about that, but I doubt that has anything to do with the actual shoot. See, it's like how plaster dust covers the faces of the Palestinians when the Israeli bombs go off, see? Kind of a cool photo shoot in a vacuum. I think it's pretentious, but yeah, it's not that bad, I guess. I guess I think it's kind of cool that for a price point that's about where you can get clothes at, like from the Gap or whatever, you have somebody who looks like this. Because looking at this, you would think it's like high fashion or whatever, and then you see a $38.99 leather jacket, and you have to wonder what slave conditions the children who sewed that together must have been put through. So paper mache is anti-Semitic too? Yeah, always has been. Oh, here's the quote. I guess that's bad. Maybe if your people were educated, then they wouldn't blow up the hospitals and schools that Israel helped pay for in Gaza. Yeah, that's a pretty bad thing to say, I would say. Vanessa Perelman, Zara head designer in 2021. Yeah, that tracks. I don't think there's any association between this quote and this photo shoot, but that's pretty bad, yeah. Not a good look. Not a good look. Yeah, following the release of this campaign, people dug up Zara's head designer's previous message to Palestinian model Kaher Hahash on Instagram. Yeah. Yeah, now I'm siding with the boycotters here. Well, the statement is bad, but, like, this definitely doesn't have anything to do with... Anyway, they pulled the images, so the blowback, immediately... Kenneth has model Kristen McMenamy. Okay. Part of me wanted to take Vosh seriously, but at the same time I know better, as he's usually very nonchalant about stuff. You should take me seriously whenever I say something that you think is true and agreeable, and whenever I say something you think is disagreeable, I'm actually making a joke. I think that's the best thing you should do. Just sort of oscillate at whatever's most convenient for me at the time. That'd be good. Thank you. Yeah, good strat. Anyway, yeah, it's stupid. I saw a bunch of posts about this. It's not the only, it's not the, I looked up, like, on Google, Palestine boycott, because I know that today is supposed to be like a big general strike or whatever, which is stupid. This will never work. I don't want to do 2 segments in a row that are me screaming about how bad the left is, but this is so when I say counterproductive, I'm really masking. Like, this is unbelievably retarded. Please stop with like every 2 months another, hey, this time for real now, general strike, none of which have ever done anything ever at any point. Like what? Seriously, global strike? Are you kidding? Yeah, dude, we're gonna shut down the planet on Monday, December 11th from December 9th. You know, we're going, all right, 2 days. Are you guys ready? Shut everything down. It's just no school? Like, Jesus. You don't strike for 1 day? No, for one, you don't. You don't strike for 1 day. That's not how strikes work. If the strike's going to end at the end of the day anyway, I mean, it doesn't matter. It's so stupid, man. It's so stupid. Only something Western leftists do, by the way. The idea of like some genuine proletarian uprising being mobilized in Sri Lanka or whatever, off the back of people going like, yeah, tomorrow everyone stop doing things. It's because leftists have no interest in and no patience for actually building a platform or a base of power that would allow them to do anything cool or interesting. And that's because stuff like this is purely being done to virtue signal. This individual, who is classic, ceasefire now, Palestine flag, Palestine flag. Like, this is posted entirely to virtue signal. They didn't expect anything would come of this. It doesn't matter. They just want to be seen as one of the people. These should seriously be seen the same way that posting the black square, like, Instagram profile pic for BLM was. Remember that? Like, did we call every liberal who did that revolutionary for putting a black square as their profile pic? Vosh, now we get one-day strikes around here. They're basically warning shots. Yeah, but they're organized by things, not just, like, random shit. Like, the one-day strikes in those cases, those aren't even proper strikes, really. They're just, like, walkout days or days of solidarity, you know? But they have to be organized by something. There has to be a power base, a union, or a political party, or whatever else, you know? Not just like, oh, yeah. We do a fun segment now. This is depressing. Every day we do a stream. Like, yeah, the big takeaway lesson should always just be like, leftists are terrible, which is true. Good news. You're gonna have to come up with a more specific tagline than that. It needs a centralized group that can direct it, Vosh, like you were saying about the DSA. Well, in fairness, a global strike is never going to happen by any group ever for any reason, obviously, because that's insane. Like, that's never happened ever in all of human history. I don't know why people would think it would happen now. What about Starbucks losing $11 billion because of boycotts? What? How has Starbucks lost money? Can you point to me where the 11 billion was lost? October 7th is here. And then did we all do an opposite boycott right here? And then this is the boycott? Are we taking credit for this half dip from the spike that happened at the end of October? The boycotts don't work. Unless, like, boycotts have to be very specifically targeted. Guys, please, they've never worked. When have they ever worked? Ever. They've never worked. Ever. They don't work. They don't work. They never work. And I always see and it's funny because boycotting is like the most liberal way of showing political power too. Like, I know how we're going to stick it to this corporation. We're not going to buy any more stuff from them. Like, this is literally like the most slacktivist shit you can imagine. But there are people on leftists arguing like they're acting like they're some kind of like vanguard, like revolutionary for not going to Starbucks or whatever, you know, and going to other people being like, you can't even handle this. Like, it's so stupid. It's okay, Pezzle Bub, I love you. Didn't the Montgomery bus boycott work? Very specific group, very specific target, very high stakes and deliberate action, locally concentrated. Starbucks is a global brand. If you want to influence a global brand, the only thing you can really do is like disseminate meaningful, like stockholder relevant bad news about them. And that's not really possible to do for a corporation on this scale. You know, like, what the f are you going to say? Like, Starbucks does genocide? Bitch, every corporation does genocide. What are you going, like, that's all the stockholders are going to divest off of that, you know? No, it's not going to happen. Stupid. Yeah, if you want to, Nikolai. Also, the calls for boycott are for like all brands trading in Israel. Yeah, I'm sure we'll definitely meaningfully do anything, you know. Was that one so good you had to say it twice, Benjamin? You've been spamming messages a lot today. Don't forget the nerd boycott of D&D Beyond. Okay, there is a difference between a boycott and consumer backlash. If a company does something that their customers don't like and the customers respond negatively, that's not a boycott. A boycott is a broader refrain from consuming their products, you know? But it's not like if you're not boycotting Bethesda after 76 or Starfield fucks up or whatever. Like, that's different, you know? That's just they did a bad thing and people didn't like it, as was the case with the D&D Beyond fiasco and you know, that whole business. This doesn't have anything to do with any product that Starbucks has put out or any behavior of the company as it relates to the customers. This is just like, why is Starbucks even being targeted here? Because they sell shit in Israel? Everybody sells shit in Israel. Wait, why? Why? I don't even know why. There are no Starbucks in Israel? On March 31st, 2003, Starbucks announced they'd be closing their stores in Israel. So, we did it. We did it, Reddit. Seriously, why are we boycotting Starbucks? Why are people boycotting Starbucks? In response to unfair labor practices and a lawsuit over a social media post shared by the union in support of Palestinian rights. No longer be on ASU, Arizona State University. Demonstrators at the event told the Arizona Republic that they were demanding the removal of Starbucks from all ASU campuses and ending the ASU partnerships with companies that, according to the group, were complicit in the Israeli occupation of Palestinian territories. Federal lawsuit filed by Starbucks against the union in Iowa over a pro-Palestinian post shared by a union social media account. What's the lawsuit about? The company sued for trademark infringement. Wait, is this entire stupid, useless, pointless, not going to do anything Starbucks boycott that a bunch of cards are going to pat themselves in the back for being revolutionaries for participating in when they didn't order anything anyway, purely because Starbucks filed a lawsuit against a union for using a similar logo, and they just happened to make a pro-Palestine post, and they don't even have business in Israel, and through all of that, that's it. That's really it. God, I hate our move. Oh my God, I hate left more than you could possibly imagine. Oh my God, you have no idea. Holy shit. Wake me up in a world where I'm the only leftist and everyone else is just a liberal. Holy shit, we'd be so much more effective. I'd be so much more effective. Oh my God. Let me out of here. Let me out.